Hello, I'm Michael Diamond. You're watching Muscle Central. Okay, I'm going to be talking about gurus, prep coaches. Are they really needed? Are they overrated? What's the deal? Now, these days, it seems like most of the athletes, most of the bodybuilders have prep coaches, and more often than not, they have one person that's handling their training and one person that's handling the nutrition and supplementation, if you will. In some cases, you have the same person handling both. Usually, it's split up, one for this and one for that. Now, are they really needed or are they overrated? Uh, there was a time when the bodybuilders took care of their own preparations as far as the training. Now, they might have a good training partner, someone they work well with that can help push them in the gym, but they didn't need someone guiding them every step of the way, telling them what to do and how to do it. And when they did their diet and the rest of their preparations, they handled it themselves, and some of them got pretty damn good results. Uh, let's go back into the 70s. Frank Zane handled his own training, his own nutrition, his conditioning. In that era, he was ahead of the times for the era that he was competing in as far as conditioning. He didn't have to have anybody guiding him along the way. Lee Haney handled his own training. He had training partners that worked out with him that helped push him in the gym, but he ran the training. He decided what he was going to do. He handled his own nutrition. One of his training partners in those days was Rich Kaspari. Another one handled his own training and did his own nutrition. Always brought him and Haney always brought great conditioning to the stage. Haney, 8-time Mr. Olympia, without a guru. Didn't need one, did he? Sean Ray is another one. Handle his own training, handle his own nutrition. Sean Ray, despite my personal feelings about him, is a great bodybuilder and always brought conditioning to the stage. Nobody holding his hand, nobody guiding him, nobody telling him what to do. Dorian Yates, another one. Granted, 97, there was some issues. He definitely didn't look his usual conditioning. We know he went in there with a couple of serious injuries. But the rest of the years, he always brought his conditioning. Maybe they all weren't like the 92, 93 years conditioning, but he always brought conditioning and handled his own training. Had a training partner to help push him in the gym, help spot him and get those extra reps out. But other than that, but he was the one who led the charge, and he handled his own nutrition. the way I look at it, nobody knows your body better than you do. When you're doing exercises, for example, you know what exercises are really hitting the target muscle group like you want it. You can feel how the muscle is working. Sometimes an exercise that works, a tricep exercise, I'll use the skull crushers, for example. Some people love the skull crushers. I like them. They work well for me. I feel it really good. Others doesn't work well for. They don't really feel it. But the one telling you to do this exercise, that exercise, they can't feel what you feel. The exercises might work well for them when they were training and they're doing it, the exercise, but it might not have the same effect with you. You should know your own body better than anybody else. You should be, I personally think you should be in charge of what's going on. You should be responsible for what's going on. You shouldn't have to have somebody to hold your hand the whole way. Now, you want to have somebody that can look at you objectively. You don't want a cheering section. You want somebody to be able to look at you objectively and help you assess what you look like and figure out what you need to work on, what you need to bring up or whatnot. And with the nutrition, it's the same with the training. There are various ways to go about a contest prep diet. And what worked, like I said before, with the exercises, what works for me might not necessarily work for you. And when you're working with a prep coach, especially when you're first working with them, they have no idea how your body's going to respond to different things, different foods that you put in it. Great example. Chad Nichols started working with Big Ramy, and he was working with Big Ramy going into the 2020 Arnold Classic. And everybody was expecting an amazing Ramy, who ended up taking third. He was conditioned, but it was nothing like what we expected. And 2020 Olympia, when he won it, was better, and probably his best conditioning, but it wasn't quite what we were exactly hoping for. But Chad was experimenting with him, essentially, because he's never worked with him before. He has no idea, or had no idea, how his body is going to respond to different things. So he's learning along the way. So what's the difference between paying somebody to learn along the way how your body responds, or you yourself paying close attention and careful observation of every little thing when you're training, with your diet, how your body's responding to everything, how your body feels doing certain exercises, and you handling your own prep. And then what happens is when things don't work out on stage the way you expected, a lot of guys turn around and they're going to blame their prep coach for not getting them to where they wanted to be. You should be responsible for the way you look. You should know your body better than anyone else. Like I said, it's not a bad idea to have somebody that you can go to assess you and to be very objective in critiquing you to figure out what you need to work on. But you should be, the process should also be a learning process, not for your guru, for you. I don't know. It's just my opinion. You might agree or disagree with what I've said. Either way, please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share, and by all means subscribe. Do not forget to hit that notification bell. This way, every time I put up a new video, you will be notified. Now, if you go to the description box, you're going to find some links there. One link is to the Muscle Central Facebook page. If you have any questions for me, you can go there, DM me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Also, you're going to find a link to Species Nutrition, the best nutritional supplements on the market, and Mr. Potts Protein, the best protein-packed snacks you're going to find on the market. Click on both links. Go to both websites. Check out all their great products. Once again, this is Michael Diamond, and I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.